Hey everyone! Welcome to our operating systems video. We are Group 5, and today we're going to break down a super important concept in OS, CPU scheduling, focusing specifically on two classic approaches: first come, first served, and round robin. So, let's start with the big question. What actually is CPU scheduling? Think of your operating system as a chaotic kitchen, and the CPU is the head chef. If multiple dishes need to be cooked at the same time, someone has to decide the order. That's what CPU scheduling does. It's the process the OS uses to decide which specific task gets access to the CPU at any given moment. The main job of our scheduler is to pick the next process to run, manage the overall queue, and keep the CPU as busy and efficient as possible. Today, we're looking at two ways to do this: FCFS, where tasks line up strictly by arrival time, and round robin, where every task gets a small, equal slice of time to take turns. First up, let's talk about the simplest method on the table, FCFS. First come, first served is exactly what it sounds like. It's a non-preemptive algorithm, meaning once a process starts running, it cannot be interrupted until it's totally done. It operates just like a regular supermarket checkout line using FIFO, first in, first out logic. If process 1 gets there a fraction of a second before process 2 and 3, then the CPU handles them strictly in that order: 1, 2, and then 3. The workflow is beautifully simple. Processes enter the ready queue, the CPU grabs the one at the very front, runs it until it finishes, and then moves to the next one in line until the queue is completely empty. Because of this, both your ready queue and your actual CPU execution flow look completely identical. Now, FCFS has its perks. It's simple, incredibly easy to code, fair in terms of first come, first choice, and it doesn't cause a lot of scheduling brainpower or overhead for the OS. But it has a massive downside, and that is long waiting times. We call this the convoy effect. Imagine buying a single pack of gum at the grocery store, but you're stuck behind someone with 3 full shopping carts. You're going to be waiting a long time. Because FCFS doesn't look at process priority or length, it can cause terrible response times in interactive systems. As our queue illustration shows, the arrival line completely locks in your execution destiny. So, how do we fix that waiting problem? That's where round robin comes in. Round robin is the perfect fix for the penalty that short jobs face under FCFS. It uses preemption based on a clock timer. Instead of letting a giant process hog the CPU forever, the system uses a clock interrupt. When the time is up, the running process is forcefully paused, moved to the back of the line, and the next process gets a shot. This is why people call it time slicing. The key factor here is the time quantum. If you make this time slice too short, processes move fast, but the system spends way too much energy constantly switching between tasks. Essentially, the CPU cycles through all available processes in a loop, giving everyone an equal share of time until they're all done. The obvious benefit here is absolute fairness. No process is ignored, which completely prevents starvation. It also drastically reduces waiting time for your everyday apps. However, nothing is free. The downside is the heavy context switching overhead because the CPU has to keep saving and loading different process states. Plus, choosing that perfect time quantum is really tough. If it's too small, your system lags from switching too much. If it's too big, it loses its balance and just turns back into basic FCFS. To see how this plays out in real numbers, let's walk through a quick FCFS example. Take a look at this process table. We have 6 processes, A through F, with staggered arrival times and different service times. If we look at our Gantt chart, process A shows up at time 0 and runs for 4 units. Process B shows up at time 3, but because it's FCFS, it has to wait until time 4 to start. They just execute one after another in a straight line. When we calculate turnaround time, which is just finish time minus arrival time, and normalize it against the service time, we see some interesting quirks. Look at process E. It only needs 2 units of work, but because it had to wait around in line, its normalized turnaround time spikes up to 4.50. When we average all 6 processes out, we get a mean turnaround time of 7.33 and a mean normalized turnaround time of 2.16. Now let's look at that same concept under a round robin setup to see the difference. Here we have 3 processes. P1 needs 10 units of time, P2 needs 5, and P3 needs 8. Look at how different the Gantt chart looks now. Instead of running to completion, the CPU cycles through them. P1 gets a turn, then P2, then P3. On the next pass, P1 runs again, and then P2 gets its final turn and finishes up. P3 finishes its remaining work right after, leaving P1 to take over the CPU at the very end to wrap up its remaining blocks. The final sequence bounces from P1 to P2 to P3 and keeps cycling like a wheel until everything is completely processed. To wrap things up nicely, let's look at a direct side-by-side comparison. First, FCFS is non-preemptive, meaning once it starts, it can't be stopped. Round robin is preemptive, meaning the system can step in and pause a process. Because of this, round robin gives you a much faster response time compared to the slower feel of FCFS. When it comes to fairness, FCFS can be pretty brutal to short processes because of the convoy effect. Round Robin is completely fair, though its main weakness is that high context switching overhead. Ultimately, FCFS is great for background batch systems, while Round Robin is the backbone of modern, interactive time-sharing systems. And that is everything. Thank you all so much for listening and for your time.